Hi, I'm Maureen Kiley, and I'm here today. This is part of our community hub, and I'm here with Lori DePrince, and she owns a company called Sassy Sisters Delectable Delights. And when you go to her website and you see what's going on there, I think everybody's going to stop buying any kind of cupcakes and little goodies at any store when they get experience hers. So, Lori, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for meeting with us. And I want to, this is about you. So, I want you to kind of tell everybody like where you're from, are you originally a Floridian, those kinds of things, and just kind of talk about, a little bit about yourself on a personal level, and then we'll get into your business.
Sure. So I'm actually what they would call a Floridian transplant. I grew up in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, then lived in South Jersey, and my husband and I moved about 3.5 years ago from South Jersey down here to Florida. I love life. I hated winter. I hated the snow. So the winters here are so much nicer, even though we just had a cold one. Baking was always a passion of mine. Since I was a little girl, I was always right next to my mother in the kitchen, whether it was cooking, baking, whatever she was doing. I needed to know what she was doing, how she was doing it, and then I wanted to do it. Um, I I did a lot with experimental cooking for a long time, not just for my own personal self and for entertaining. And then baking, I baked stuff. And then it was probably a few years ago that I really got into, okay, how could I take baking to the next level? How could I do some different things? How can I add and make cocktail inspired goodies? Using all really great ingredients and whatnot. And it's always trial and error, constantly tasting till I make my batters to what I think is perfect.
Okay. All right. So you're doing the alcohol inspired and you're doing regular. And what do you normally like? You don't have a storefront, do you, or do you?
No, not yet. I am working towards that, but right now it's just cottage. So I offer anything from just your classic plain one flavor to filled cupcakes with whatever type of filling to the cocktail inspired like mimosas and espresso martinis, margaritas, things like that.
Okay. And so this all came from when you were just a child and you just decided you're going to go for it and start. And so how did you get the name?
So actually, my sister, who is not a baker, came up with the name, and I loved it. And she's my taste tester, my kitchen cleaner upper, and whatever I need help with.
Okay. And so you've been doing this only since you've been in Florida, or have you done it up in because you're anybody can order and you ship,
hmm
right?
I am trying to perfect with FedEx the shipping process because I don't want things being thrown and then it ends up not looking the way it's supposed to look when it gets to the customer. So I am working on packaging with them so that I can ship. I did all this stuff up in New Jersey. I did not do it as a bakery. I did it for fun, entertaining, to take to friends' houses and whatnot. But my mom always told me I should get into the catering business or the baking business. And finally, I said, you know what? I think she's right. I'm going to give this a shot. And it's been going pretty well.
Okay. So if I order cupcakes and I'm a local resident here in South Shore, how does one go about the ordering process with you?
There's several ways. You can go on my website and click what you'd like, 'cause I do offer all different kinds of things like cake jars, banana pudding, all kinds of desserts. You'll immediately get a form that will come right to you where you'll have questions that you'll answer. Is it for an occasion? Is it just for you? What it is, how many you want, what the date is. Do you want it delivered to you? Do you want to pick it up? And then once that form comes to me via the website, I'll then send you an invoice and if I have any questions and then go from there. Otherwise, we do have a Facebook page, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, you can DM, you can email, and we have a bakery number you can also call.
This is great. So I'm looking at this now. Everybody should be able to see this on here. So special occasion gourmet cook cupcakes, cocktail inspired cupcakes, and there's the order form, and that all is automated. So that's really easy to do.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so that's the best way, really, is to just order online, and then it takes how long about?
I get it pretty immediately once you hit submit. And then once I get it, I go through if there's any information missing, either email or text or however whatever information that the customer has provided. And then once I get all the questions answered and an invoice gets sent out, once the deposit is made, the date is set, and then we go from there. Otherwise, you can call. We'll take the same information via the phone. You can DM or instant message us through Facebook or Instagram or email us.
Okay. So, is there anything about your ingredients that you do different than in any other bakery or, store-bought things?
Yeah, so I make everything literally from scratch. I use organic materials, ingredients, cage-free eggs, the best butter, the flour, chocolate. Yes, it's pricier, but I feel it makes such a difference in the taste of the dessert. So that's how I do it.
All right. I love that. Okay. So when we do our launch party, you're on my menu. I already had this planned, so I'm super excited. So,
Woo.
if anyone watching this video wants to reach out to Lori, you can reach her out through any of the social media. You can also go to her website, and she has a contact us on there. And this is all local business. So, this is why we're doing this with our community hub and our directory. And I hope the people watching this will definitely reach out to you and order some cupcakes. Or I saw, was that a Yule log in there? What do you call that? A jelly
We do
roll?
pumpkin rolls. I do strawberry shortcake rolls. And then holiday Yule
Okay.
logs. Yes.
Okay. All right. So go order and try something really beautiful and fresh, like not and great ingredients. That's the key. Well, thank you, Lori, for having it. Is there anything else you want to say about your business that we might have missed or something that?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording.